I here today. My friend Tiffany came here with one of her good friends. Tiffany has a lot of amazing friends, and he has an amazing story about his family's farm, and also some sake, Yuka sake. Why don't you tell us about your company, everything? Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Ross Koda, and I'm third generation Japanese American. Really happy to meet you. Thank you for having us today. So, my grandfather came from Fukushima, Japan, in the early 1900s when he was about 19 years old, and in Japan, he had been a high school principal, but he always had this idea that he wanted to come to the USA and live the American dream.
Wait, a high school principal at under 19?
He was an elementary school principal.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, obviously he has the genetic too.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah.
And so he wanted to, but always he wanted to come to the USA, and he wanted to become an American. So he came to the U.S. after he had learned some rudimentary English, and he didn't. I don't think he had any idea where his path would take him, but he just knew he wanted to find success in the USA. His family had been in the rice milling business in Japan, and his family had a rice mill, and the rice mill was located on a small stream, so it had a water-powered mill for husking the rice and changing the rice into a form that was edible, and then they sold the rice. But it was found out by a friend of mine that the Koda family history goes back even further into the 1800s, and although they were samurai, they also did more like civil activities when they weren't at war with someone else. And one of the jobs was an engineer. One of my ancestors was an engineer developing rice fields in Japan. So that could be why in our family name there's a kanji that's in the name Koda that is a symbol for rice field.
Wow.
So my family's ties to rice go back centuries, even further back than my grandfather coming to the USA. But then, like I said, I don't think he really envisioned himself being in the rice business when he came to USA, because he tried a lot of different things before he got back. He kind of got pulled back into rice farming.
Into the family business.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But I mean, when he came here, he was completely on his own.
Wow.
And one of his first jobs was just as a common laborer, and he was picking peaches in the Reedley area, which is south of Fresno. But I think one of the traits that enabled him to become successful was he always found a way to make some extra money and save it so that he could start his own business ventures.
That's genius. That's really smart. So is that how he started his business?
Yes. So he also tried with partners starting a fish cannery in San Pedro in Southern California. That didn't work out, and he tried wildcatting for oil
Wow.
in the Coalinga Hills, but he never struck oil.
Oh.
So lives could have been very different if he did have success there, and we wouldn't have been anywhere around rice probably. But he didn't strike oil, and he also started a chain of laundry services. But he decided that wasn't for him, and so he ended up in Sacramento Valley he became a farm manager for someone who owned acreage that was cultivating rice. And rice was a very good business at that time. So after several years of being a farm manager, he had saved up money to buy land for himself. And so then he moved his family to the Dos Palos area, which is kind of between Fresno and Monterey. There was land there being developed, cattle ground being developed for agriculture, and it was accessing the San Joaquin River water in order to grow crops. So this land was relatively cheap, and he bought land there and started farming rice. So that was in 1928
Wow.
that he established the farm.
Nobody born here yet, right?
Yeah.
I was like a
Did
student
you get
in
to
heaven.
meet him, or was he alive when you were born, or no?
He was alive. I was born in 1964, but then he passed away in December of 1964.
Oh, so do you have any memories of him? No. Wow, he sounds like an amazing man. It's really, when I hear stories about people, because a lot of times a lot of people are, how do you do it? How do you become successful? But then you hear stories about somebody like your grandfather, and you're just like, oh my God, like it is possible. It's just like a lot of, it sounds like he was just determined.
Yes, a lot of determination. Yes,
Yeah, just
And-
persistence. Yeah.
persistence.
Gambling is a lot of that.
Yeah, true.
Yes, but he didn't gamble. He didn't play cards or anything.
Yeah.
I think the only thing he wanted to gamble on was business.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's smart.
That's
It's-
a lot
it's-
of business people say, huh? I don't
Yeah.
gamble because my life every day running the business is already gambling.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the rice a little bit first, and then we're going to talk about your business, because the Yucca Sake, did you come up with this because of the rice farming, you think?
In a way, yes.
Yeah. So cool. But this is your family business. It looks amazing. I've definitely seen this packaging
They're
before. Is this
very
in a lot of,
famous.
this is in grocery stores, and where can people buy this rice?
Misoa, Nijiya.
All Japanese markets in the
Yeah,
U.S.
mostly Japanese markets, but some mainstream markets also.
Very cool, and it said it's good for sushi. Does your family eat a lot of rice?
Yeah, we eat rice like once a day,
Once a
usually at
day.
dinner time, but usually not on rare occasions for breakfast.
Now I know when my dog, whenever he gets like a tummy ache, I'll give him rice. Are there other benefits of rice? Do you guys?
Does it help?
Yeah, it totally helps. It really helps.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it helps.
Yes, there are people, we have customers who buy the organic brown rice just to cook for their dogs.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I should do that.
Yeah, definitely. And also, it's really good to rinse your hair with the water from rice when it cooks. I'm sure there's just a bunch of other health benefits of it. But how do you make rice sake from rice? Is that a hard process? What gave you the idea that, okay, I'm going to just take the leftover rice and make some sake, right?
Well, during the 2010s, we were exporting organic rice to Japan, and the buyer had a customer who was using the organic brown rice to make it into sake, and so I didn't have a lot of familiarity with sake at that time, but just being in Japan more and eating Japanese food, then that really puts you in the mood to drink sake with meals.
Uh-huh.
Goes
Yeah.
well.
Tiffany likes it.
Yeah, of course. I love sushi, sake.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess whenever you go to sushi, everybody always gets sake, or it's just, or even like there are a lot of restaurants like what is that where they fry the food in front of you? What is that called? I forget.
Benihana.
Benihana. Yeah, they always have sake there.
Uh-huh.
It's so good.
Yes. Yeah, and that kind of developed my appreciation for sake. And so that gave me there were a couple of motivations for wanting to try and do something with sake with our rice because number one, our family over 3 generations have been growing rice for 97 years.
Wow.
And
Almost 100.
I felt like, to make my grandfather proud that I had to do something besides just, doing the same thing that our family had been doing.
Yeah, you gotta be like him and expand your businesses.
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a proprietary variety of rice that was developed on our farm in the 1950s, and it's packaged under the brand Kokovo Rose. So that's been on the market since the early 1960s, and it's people love it because of its quality and its cooking texture. It's slightly floral, a little bit sweet aftertaste. And so I thought that the best way to honor him would be to try to make sake out of this variety that was developed on our farm. So one of the main motivations was to try and do something to honor him, but also he had a very strong feeling about his home country, Japan, and he always looked for ways to foster better relationships between the U.S. and Japan. So this is also a piece of that story because the organic rice is grown on our farm in California, Central California, and then the rice is processed in Sacramento to make it suitable for brewing sake, and then the rice is shipped to Japan to a brewery near where my grandfather came from.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a lot. So it goes through lots of, I guess, processes to turn into sake.
Yes. Yeah. The first part is you have to take the brown rice and then mill it down to a degree that for whatever sake class that you're making. And we're making Junmai Daiginjo. So the Daiginjo word means that we're milling the rice to at least 50% or more to make the sake. And then Junmai means that it's only made with rice, and the alcohol comes from the brewing process. There's no spirits or distilled alcohol that's added to the sake. So the rice, the sake is made from just 40% milled rice, water, koji, which is a mold to convert the rice starches into sugar, and then yeast to convert the sugar into alcohol.
Wow.
Very educational.
Super, yeah.
I
super
only drink
interesting.
sake. I didn't even know.
No.
Maybe I heard a Junmai Daiginjo, anything like it's always great sake brand is something Junmai Daiginjo, which is like a very polished, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's all I know.
Cool. And now what
That's
kind
all
of,
we need.
Good, yeah.
now is there any specific, I guess, time that people should drink sake, like culturally? Like, or can you drink sake all day long? Like, how does it?
I drink sake whenever the fancy hits me. It just depends on what I'm eating. Like if I'm eating certain foods, then I have a craving to have one of the 3 sakes. One of the really fun things since starting this business is that is experiencing pairings with sake with more what you consider like American foods or even different cuisines. And so maybe just going back a little bit more about the sake, if I may.
Yeah.
So we're collaborating with a brewery in Nihon Matsu in Fukushima, which is located more on the inland side. And the brewery is located at the base of a very tall mountain called Mount Aratara. And so the water that goes into the ukasake is also very special because it starts out as snow on the top of the mountain, it melts, and then it percolates in underground aquifers for 40 years until it reaches the base of the mountain, where the brewery then extracts it from the ground to make all of its sake. And the brewery itself is the family has 300 years of history brewing sake, and it's now in the 19th generation.
Wow.
So there's all this incredible
history.
history and experience with the brewery that I felt, I was lucky to be able to they were willing to collaborate with me to take our special rice and try and make it into great sake. And he's a little bit of a maverick, and because a lot of other breweries turned us down, they weren't interested in taking American rice trying to make sake.
Mhm.
And so and he's just a really great brewer. When I first visited the brewery in 2019, and he had done a test batch of the Uka sake, and I love the sakes, but he also introduced me to his other sakes that he was brewing, and the one that really stuck in my mind is he had me try his sparkling sake, and it just struck me right away that was something that might be really popular in the USA.
Yeah, that's the one.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love the butterfly.
That has a whole story behind it too.
What's the
Yes.
story behind this butterfly? Do you guys see it?
Well, so in choosing a name for the product, I wanted something that was very simple and memorable and easy to remember. And so I was talking to my friend, I call him Uncle Hank. He's kind of an advisor to me, a counselor to me. And I asked him, well, what is the Japanese word for transformation or emergence, like metamorphosis? And he said it's uka, U-K-A, uka. I thought, wow, it immediately struck me, just 3 letters. I think I like that. And so we chose the name uka, which is a Japanese word for emergence. So like the caterpillar emerging from the chrysalis. And that was very significant to me because what I'm trying to do is take something that's just rice and transforming into something that is much more elegant. So I thought Uka would be a very good name. So the the label is the butterfly, which is it ties in with the name Uka, emergence from the chrysalis, and the I have my friend. I asked my friend if he could come up with a logo for the company because he was not only a director who produced a documentary on my family's rice business, but I also knew that he was very creative. So I asked him to if he could design a logo. So he came up with this stylized butterfly. It's in the Sumiye tradition, Japanese tradition. But then he also added these lower wings, which are stylized maps of California
Oh,
and Fukushima.
wow, that is so cool.
Yes, so
Yeah.
it's also symbolic of the relationship between California and the brewery.
Wow. That is really, really, that's very smart. So there's actually a documentary about your family's farm that we can watch.
Yes,
Yes.
it was produced in 2017 or earlier, and it's called Seed.
Uh-huh. And is it on Amazon or where can we watch it?
It's it has to be accessed through a special link.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, because it was a documentary that was sponsored by a private company in Japan.
Oh,
So through their permission, we're able to allow the public to watch it, but it has to come from a special link.
gotcha. Oh, that's interesting. That's so cool. That's so awesome. And how often do you get to go back to Japan now since you're working with Japan? Do you go often?
I haven't been back lately. When I went to visit the brewery in 2019, as I mentioned, it was to test the product and approve it.
Uh-huh.
And so we tested it, approved it. He made a commercial batch for selling, and then COVID hit.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
So we kind of just got in under the wire in order to launch the product, and then COVID hit.
Wow.
But luckily, during COVID, we were still able to ship rice to the brewery, and I import the sake back, and then we have our own distributors.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so awesome. And I know, Tiffany, you go to Japan often, so
Really often,
yeah. Every time I call you, she's like, "Oh, I'm going to Japan for a month. I won't be here." I'm like,
No, I mean, well, as anybody knows, she travels a lot.
I did travel a lot.
It's really difficult to
Yeah.
seeing her later. Hey, where are you? How long have you been in LA? Like, but today is the perfect moment. Thank you for having us today.
Yes. We're gonna drink some of this on my Instagram, guys. So I'm gonna wrap up just the Facebook Live and go on IG to drink it if you guys want to join us, or we're on my other platforms horizontally. But it's yukasake.us, correct?
Yes.
If you want to try that, or if you want to try some of this rice, it looks so yummy. Coda Farm, is it just codafarms.com or?
Coda Farms, Cocoa Roads.
Yeah, and what is it? Cocoa Rose?
Cocoa Roads, yes.
That's the name of the rice,
Yes,
right?
that's a name,
Patent.
Oh,
trademark that were created by my grandfather to go with his rice.
gotcha. Wow, I got to try some of that. Now, this is heirloom rice. Let's see. What's the website for Coda Farms? Is it just codafarms.com?
Yes,
Or
codafarms.com.
awesome. Yeah, you guys got to try this. It looks really, really yummy.
Yeah, July 4th coming.
Yeah.
Eat sushi or make rice
Oh.
ball.
That's what we should do, Tiffany. We should make some sushi and drink some sake for
Yeah,
4th of
that's
July.
perfect.
Are you going to be in town or no?
I'll be in town, but I'm thinking to eating steak instead of sushi because I don't know, American holiday, right?
That's true. That's true. American, like barbecue, grill, all of that.
Yeah.
All of that stuff.
Barbecue steak, the black label goes great with barbecue steak.
Mhm.
The dry, if you're going to have cooked salmon, and the dry goes really well with salmon and scallops and seafood.
Mhm.
And sparkling is just a great starter, but it's also a great dessert drink also.
It looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That
all
was
look
by
good.
far my favorite.
Which one?
Sparkling.
Sparkling.
That made me feel like, you know what? I want to work this company. Can I get the free sake all the time? Right?
Yeah, that would be awesome. All right, we're gonna try it. I'm very excited to try it on my Instagram, guys. So if you're tuned into Facebook, come jump over to Instagram and yeah. All right. Oh, it does say okay. Done. Okay, here we go. Okay, and
Which
you
one
guys
was
stay.
Facebook?
That was Facebook.
Oh, this one was Facebook.
Hey, stop it. Be good. No, be good, doggies. Sorry, guys. I have the dogs in the
That
house.
was the perfect timing once,
20
when you
minutes.
shut down.
All right, guys, be quiet. We're going to start another live stream.
Do they know?
They know.
But they were pretty good, very
Yeah.
quiet.
Yes. Let's see. Okay.
You look like a semi July 4th. Blue
Yeah.
and red.
Well, it's pink.
Yeah, pink.
It's pink. All right, here we go. All right. Tiffany, you're just going to have to like move over a little more. That's cool. There we go. All right.
Here we go again.
Here we go. Yay. So we came back here from my Instagram. Do you want to introduce yourself and the awesome company that you have?
Oh, I'm Ross Coda, and I'm third generation Japanese American. My family's been growing rice for 97 years in Central California.
Very cool. Very cool. And he's friends with Tiffany. And Tiffany was like, Lauren, I want to come over and drink some sake.
Excuse me.
So,
Yes.
so
I'm sorry.
what?
What?
Kind of. The sake is made from the rice grown from our farm. It's organic and kosher, and it's Jumai Daiginjo, which means that the rice has been milled to 40%, and
Expensive one, good quality. Highest quality one is always called Jumai Dagijo.
Someone said, who is the handsome man? He just introduced himself.
Oh, he's my sweet guy. Maybe third one, fourth one, I don't know.
too kind.
Yeah. friends of Tiffany's who makes this amazing sake and has this great story about Proto Farms, a farm that's been in his family for 97 years.
97.
That's a like. So did your dad want to go into rice farming, or did any of the siblings say, okay, I'm not going to go do the family business, or?
Well, my dad had a brother and a sister,
Mm.
and his sister was not involved in the business, and she actually didn't live with them. She was married and she lived away from the farm. But my dad and his brother had a big job because after the family came back after World War II from being in Camp Colorado, my grandfather gave his two sons the job of rebuilding the farm, the milling operation.
Wow.
History behind it.
The
Yeah.
history behind it.
World War II.
Yeah.
Whether my dad had any other ambitions, he kind of got, sucked back into the family business.
That's great. That's awesome. And now, is he still around, or?
Oh no, he passed away, so
Oh, I'm sorry.
he never got to see the sake.
Oh, I'm sure he's watching you now, saying thank you.
Oh, I have to thank to him
Yeah.
to able to drink amazing sake.
But my father, he never really drank. Once in a while, I might see him have a glass of wine, but I mean that was like maybe once a year. But I did hear that my grandfather liked to drink sake, so that's why I kind of feel like this Uka sake would really have appeal to him.
Oh, good for your grandpa.
Now, which one should I try first? Can I try it? Tiffany, do you want to try some?
Of course. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here for talking. I'm here for drinking.
So which one
What
should
do
we
you
try?
recommend?
Well, we usually go in order. Let's twist the bottle. There we go. The Uka Dry first, the purple bottle, because it's kind of a lighter, crisper, cleaner taste profile, and whereas the Black Label is more for traditional full body sake that's a little bit more floral and a little bit sweet.
Right. So I don't drink that much, so just give me a little bit of a sip. If I drink, I get like hammered. So I just want to taste it, so I know I know which ones I want
And
to
it
eat with
smells
sushi
good.
or steak.
Yeah, this is good for the seafood you said, right?
Yes. Okay. Just a
Especially
sip.
salmon.
Perfect.
Salmon.
All right.
Oh, today's the good talking day. Able to drink. Let's do that more often. I love eating or drinking.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Mm.
Very good. This one was the dry one.
Yeah,
It tastes
goes
really
well
good.
with salmon, he said. Yeah.
It tastes like wine, kind of, right? Or
Yes. So it was meant to have more of a. I wanted to have more of a presence on the palate, whereas the Black Label is like super smooth. I wanted the dry to have a little bit more dance and kind of a bite on your palate. And I thought that might be a way to introduce sake to Americans who are more accustomed to drinking wine.
See, once I start drinking, I'm not gonna let it go. Just holding the glass all the time.
It's very good. It's delicious. Now, that must have been hard to get. I mean, I'm sure you went with one of the best kind of. Is it distillery in Japan or that does it?
Yes, the brewer.
Yeah, I'm sure the brewer. I'm sure you went with one of the
Mhm.
best brewers. But like, how did you like? You must have had to taste so many different samples and try to figure out like.
True.
Well,
You must be drunk that time already.
Well, I mean, that's where all the centuries of experience comes in. I mean, he could taste the rice and then have an idea of how to match the koji and the yeast with it.
Oh,
And so the black label he got on the first time, and then the dry. We tried I think 2 versions of it, and then we decided on this one. And one of the amazing things about the dry is that not only does it pair with, I really love it with salmon, but scallops and seafood, but I found that it just pairs really well with honeydew melon. So like if you're going to have some honeydew melon as a light dessert, and you have the dry with it, then you'll find that there's almost a synergy that happens that it just goes so well together. So that's one of the things that's so fun about, for me, for drinking sake, is discovering all these new foods that they pair with.
That's awesome. Are you ready to try the next one? Should we try the next one?
So we'll try the black label now.
Black label, which is more full body, right?
Always try the bottom one. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
So wine and sake and usually categorized at the same shelter, right? Shelves. I mean, it's because of the alcohol percentage is very similar, or why is the
Very little.
that's yeah.
Yeah. So what is the alcohol percentage in sake?
So it varies. For the uka sake, the black and the dry are 16%, which I think is somewhat is kind of in the ballpark for most Junmai Daiginjos. And then the sparkling sake is 7% alcohol, so it's very
no wonder easier to drink.
It's
I
easier
can
on
finish
you
the
to
bottle
drink.
like quickly.
Yes.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, so it's super smooth,
Full body.
full body, yeah, a little bit floral.
See, I'm getting happier.
I like both of them. I can't pick. I was going to say I'm going to pick a favorite, but you really can't. They're just so different.
I can.
You can? Oh, because we haven't tried it yet. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
once we
yeah.
try it.
No, but you're right, because it just depends on
Yeah, the
what you're
mood
eating,
and
what you're
yeah,
eating. I mean,
food.
yeah, depends on your mood. Depends on the food. I think that, but for me, that if I'm just gonna,
Yeah, what's your favorite? I never I never asked you any of the question. I always say, I like this, I like this, I like this.
well, like I say, it always depends on what I'm eating.
Oh, okay.
But if I'm just sipping, then I tend to drink the dry more.
Yeah, I think, I like them both. I can't decide, but yeah, I definitely think the dry one would be really good with salmon. Oh
Yes.
my goodness, yeah.
And our customers are kind of split. So the black and the dry, they sell about even.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But now we'll try the sparkling, and the sparkling is the best seller.
The best seller. Okay, let's
See,
satisfy
I have
that.
good eyes. Oh, I have good taste.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, because I mean, this one is definitely, whoever doesn't usually drink the alcohol, people can drink it easily. It's very smooth and then so lovely, girly drink. But
Girly.
also, of course, men can drink it too, right? Let me finish.
You can see it bubbling.
See bubble.
Oh, that's awesome.
So the when the sparkling is made, a little bit of the sake leaves, once it's being transformed into sake, is left in the bottle,
Wow.
so that the fermentation continues in the bottle, and that creates a natural effervescence. So it's not injected CO2; it's natural CO2.
Wow.
Yeah, because usually the champagne, sparkling, able to adjust the adding to something, right? Not natural.
Oh yeah, champagne is the bubble comes naturally.
Yeah, it's different, but this one's so natural. That's why easier to very drink and smooth.
Very little.
Yeah. Oh, even the once you pour it, you can tell.
You
Bubbles.
can show how it's bubbling.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
look at that. It's-
Lots of bubbles.
See, I hear in the bubble. That's such a maybe Japanese expression.
What does that mean?
This sound.
Just the bubbles.
Yeah, this sound of Japanese we go.
All right, I'm excited to try this one. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, this is by far my favorite.
Yeah, maybe this is my favorite too.
Right?
Oh, it's really good.
So Lauren, you cook Italian food. She's Italian.
Yeah.
So what do you think is the best food for? Because I mean, sushi, Asian food is easy. We can say sake is good, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of the great Michelin restaurant, like a French, Italian, also able to start carrying to those ukasake too. So from your cooking Italian side, so what do you think? I mean, what kind of food is matching with the whatever the sake?
I mean, I think lasagna would go with any of these.
Oh, lasagna.
That's my favorite. But yeah.
Garfield.
Yes, I think lasagna would work with any of these things. But like I said, salmon. You were saying melon. I said, oh wow, that's actually like
Yeah.
different kinds of fruits with the dry one.
Prosciutto.
Oh yeah,
melon,
prosciutto with some cheese.
Oh,
and
I'm getting hungry.
some sake sounds really really good right now. This one I think. Wait, no, the dry. You could dry. Sounds
Oh,
really good.
with the water.
Yeah, but I mean the sparkling one. I mean you could just drink that at any time.
True,
Just,
true.
like, in the backyard, at the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one's really like you won't be able to stop drinking that one, guys. That one's really good.
Right?
Do you go through a lot of this, or
Me personally?
yeah? Do you just drink the sake all day long?
Oh, no. I mean, to me now it's more about the pairing. So
Oh.
I like to have it. I especially like to go to our customers' restaurants
Uh-huh.
so that I can order the yuca and then pair it with their different foods.
Oh, what's your favorite thing to pair with the sake?
Well, one of my favorite pairings is like the sparkling
Mm.
and raspberry goes
Oh.
really well together. So there's a restaurant that has a raspberry mousse cake, and the sparkling is it goes together with it's almost like it's like a synergy. It's much more than just the raspberry mousse cake and the sparkling sake. When you put it together, it's just really special.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so good, and it tastes amazing. Yeah.
But I've also had the sparkling with vegetable dishes like broccolini, and they go really well together also.
Wow. I got to go to these restaurants that have your sake and see.
Right? Try
where-
to imagine.
Are there any restaurants in I guess Fresno, or what restaurants are there?
The carry the ukasake.
The restaurants are focused in Southern California and Northern California. And there's a link at the top of our Uka Sake Instagram page that just says where to buy. And so that takes you to a map, and if you click on Southern California, then you can see a list of all the restaurants. There's like probably the closest to you would be there's Alexander Steakhouse in Pasadena.
Oh wow.
Or Major Domo downtown, and then there are several restaurants in Little Tokyo, that area, and then there are the Farm Shop. Santa Monica also has it.
Yeah, I really think that steak would pair nice with all of these.
That's
like
good.
just a nice steak would be really good with them all. Like
Yes.
So if the Lawrence or the audience going to your website try to buy the online anything like this, so before the July 4th,
yeah.
is it possible to receive it before July 4th for the party or the ukasake? 100% off. Just kidding, but
so Tipsy Sake is one of our main online retailers, but I don't know how busy they are shipping right before July 4th.
Yeah,
there's also True Sake in Northern California, but they ship all over California, and they may be able to ship at last
minute shipping.
notice.
Yeah, definitely. All your friends to try to drink the ukasake at the Independence Day.
But there are also retail places in Southern California. Like I highly recommend going to Tortoise General Store.
Where is it?
It's let's see, it's in West LA,
Oh,
and not just to buy yuca, but they have all sorts of interesting cookware, also some clothing from Japan. So it's kind of like a general store, but they specialize in nice Japanese items. There's also Silver Lake wine that has our sake.
That's awesome.
next time I want you to try to wear the kimono.
Oh yeah, I have one. I have so
Do
many
you have
costumes
one?
here. Yeah, I definitely have kimonos. Yeah, I have so many costumes in my garage. It's insane. I have a sexy kimono, and then I have like
I want to see. It's like, wow, why me? I understand this is colors from the independence, but yeah, everybody wants what you wear in the kimono.
next time we'll do a sake party, and we'll all be in kimonos.
Yes, that's
Yes.
good. That's good.
Yes, yes.
What-
Including me.
Yeah, including you. So when men wear the kimono, it's called hakama, right? Okay. It's Japanese, but third generation, zero Japanese speaking.
We have to learn the history of kimonos. That'll be the next video.
Yeah, because it's interesting when you say that. Oh, I have a lot of a costume. For us, kimono is no costume. That's like an outfit, right? Do they have like an Italian costume?
Yeah, like
What
for the tarantella, like red, white, blue, like yeah, like kind of like like those shirts with like the things, like you look like a little Italian
Doll?
maid. Yeah, like a
Oh, that's cute.
yeah. We can wear those too. I have those too in my garage.
Okay, I want to. Oh, if
The
you
Italian-
wear the kimono next time, I wear the Italian outfits. Then.
I need to do the tarantella. I got to teach you the tarantella.
Oh yeah, please. What are you gonna wear?
Same thing.
Same thing.
I'm gonna wear my farmer's costume.
Your farmer's costume. That's so cool that you have a farm and you make this awesome stuff. I mean, it must be so amazing to grow up on a farm. Now, can you tell us, is it hard to make rice? Like, what's the
Especially in California.
how long does it take to make rice?
I have no idea either.
The growing season's about 120 days.
Wow.
Yes, because the variety that we're growing for the ukasake is an heirloom variety. So, being that it was developed in the 1950s, you have to think about, there's been all those years of rice breeding developments. So, the rice varieties today, the modern rice varieties, they have twice the yield, and the growing season is a month or more less. So there's all that less time, less inputs that are required to grow newer varieties of rice versus this heirloom variety of rice. But the ukasake, I haven't tested with other varieties, but I just don't think it would come out the same if it was made with a different variety of rice.
Wow. That is so cool, and it's so awesome how you can make different kinds of beverages from different things. Like I didn't realize that
True.
that sake was from rice. I think that's so cool.
Oh.
That's so awesome. And wine is from grapes, and we have all different kinds of, I guess, drinks that you can make from different things. So it's just such a fascinating process.
Yes, because actually, before I started the sake, I was thinking about, because I wanted to make something more out of the organic rice, but I didn't really know what. There's nothing that really stuck in my mind initially, and so I had thought about, maybe we could make the rice into miso.
Oh wow, that sounds good too.
You like miso soup?
Yeah, I love miso soup.
Or making something like amazake. But
like a sweet sake.
yeah, but I found out that the thing I liked the most that I really want to do, see if I could do it, was to make the rice into sake.
Wow. Well, that is so cool. And guys, you have to try the sake. It's the best sake I've ever had. It's so good. It's so it's very fancy, but yeah.
Yeah, very fancy, but everywhere I drink this one, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
this looks very fancy and expensive,
Yeah.
but it's very affordable.
Oh, cool. Yeah, very affordable, very yummy. You can't put it down.
Yeah, with passion
yeah.
and histories behind.
Yeah, lots of family history, which is very cool. And
Mhm.
I got to try the rice now too. I really want to try the rice. What was the kind of rice you said that was like the special kind of rice that we should look out for? What's it called?
You mean
Rosary?
a special kind of rice?
You said it was like the rice that,
Yeah,
that your grandfather
that's
made.
patent.
Yeah.
Right.
That's patent name. What was it? Mochi rice one.
Shochikubai?
No shochikubai. Everybody knows shochikubai. What's the other rice's name? No.
Oh, you mentioned it. He
Cocoa
mentioned.
Rose?
Yeah, cocoa rose.
yeah,
Cocoa rose.
This is
Cocoa
it
rose.
right here.
Oh, that's the
Uh,
cocoa rose. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's it right there.
But I brought that for you, but I didn't know if you ate rice
Yeah.
or not.
Oh my goodness, do I eat rice?
I was hanging out with one of my friends. She turned to be on a diet or a semi-vegan, and she went to the grocery store and then she chose something without knowing any of you. She said, "Oh, maybe this one looks very organic and most like a safety types
Yeah.
of the brown rice." And then she picked one of your rice.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. So this rice is totally non-GMO, verified. Wow.
Mhm.
Product of the U.S. Wow, is that a big process to get your products like that? Do you really have to have a lot of testing on it?
Certificate.
Well, it's you have to be certified by a California state approved organic certifier, and then they come out every year annually
Wow.
to do an inspection, but they also drop in and do surprise inspections.
Wow. So you know that it's
Oh,
good.
wow.
That's awesome. That's so good. And it's so important because you never know. So it's so great when you have a company that is certified. That is really good because then I've given it to my dog, so I just want to.
Oh yeah.
I want to make sure the dog is okay. But yeah, this looks really, really, really good. Is that your grandfather on there?
Yes.
Oh, you kind of look like him.
Look like him.
Yeah. No. If you wore a hat, you have to put a hat on.
Yeah, maybe.
Look. If he had a hat on?
Oh
No.
yeah, and then the same like a hygiene.
Same nose. No?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know. When I was young, I was not for sure. I never looked like him. When I got older,
Oh,
and that I'm starting to look more like him.
maybe because drinking the
Drinking the sake.
sake, uka sake.
Yeah. Well, very, very cool. Now, do you have personal social media, or what should we promote on here for people to go find you, or if they want to learn more about Coda Farms?
Well, there's a Coda Farms Facebook page,
Uh-huh.
and there's also the website codafarms.com.
Uh-huh.
And for the sake, there's the website ukasake.us.
And now it's just, because this says something else on it.
That's
Is
the
it okay?
Oh, Omura sake.
that's the parent company.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
So and then
Wow, you can see from here.
Uka's social media would be on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Ukasake.
Just UKA sake.
Sake.
Yes.
Very
And I'm
cool.
so proud of the non-Japanese people knowing what's sake, right?
Really?
I think so. Have you ever heard of sake before?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of
So
course.
that's proud of it.
Yeah, it's huge.
I mean, that's a Japanese word. Sake is a sake.
Well, what are you going to drink when you go have sushi?
Sake.
What does it mean, sake?
Sake.
What does it mean? Does it mean anything else?
Sake.
Sake.
No, sake means like a rice alcohol,
Oh, gotcha.
just like a wine.
Just like a wine.
Mm.
Gotcha. Well, it is delicious. It's so good. Guys, you all have to try it. So check out ukasake.us, ukasake.us, or check out Coda Farms if you want some rice.
Mhm.
Very, very yummy. Thank you so much for taking this journey here.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
drove hours and hours to get here for today.
To talk about the sake. Very cool. And I'm grateful because I got to try it. It was so yummy. And Tiffany came back to hang out, which is cool.
I know. I want to come back here more often.
Yes, guys. Let us know in the comments down below which sake would you want to try the most. maybe we'll do a giveaway.
Oh,
If you're over 21,
yes, over 21.
and you follow yukasaki.com, you might win a free bottle of one of these. Just comment on their last post that you came from my page, and you could win one of these bottles of Yukasaki. So comment down below after this post which sake do you want to try, and go follow Yukasaki. Leave a comment on their post, and maybe you get to win a free bottle.
Who knows what's
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Yes, yes. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Ross. All right. Okay, we're gonna end this now. Where is that? This is Yukasaki. Right here.
Yeah, see people at the
Yeah.
watching right now. It's commenting.
Yes.
And asking a lot of questions.
Bye.
And she's really good. Even from this far, she always can read. It's like, hey.